The older I get, the more I realize that I can't read more than one chapter of most manga nowadays. Rushed and confusing character development, a logical love story, and forced harem plot. It's no longer for me. The first time I read this manga, I thought it was going to be like all the others, but when I finished the last chapter, I was satisfied. I will spoil a bit of it, but not all, just in case you want to read it by yourself. Call of the Night or Yofukashi no Yuta, a romance, supernatural manga with a vampire theme, features well-crafted characters, an understandable romance progression, and no harem at the end. It was written and illustrated by Kotoyama, the author of Dagashi Kashi. The beginning of the story kinda slow, however, this makes the plot less forced and slowly charm you. As you read more, the world building and characters will become more nuanced. But the thing I love most about this series is an understandable romance progression. Even in a supernatural shounen manga, Kawayamori, the protagonist, starts as a disillusioned teenager seeking meaning in the night. He meets Nizuna Nanakusa, a vampire with a carefree and unconventional attitude. They hang out with each other at night. At the end, Yamori feels like the night is very delightful and interesting, and becoming a vampire would give his life meaning. He asks Nizuna to turn him into a vampire, but a condition is that a human must fall in love with the vampire to become a new vampire. Yamori doesn't. He doesn't understand love. Unlike other modern manga where female characters often fall in love with the protagonist in just one chapter, Call of the Night takes a more acceptable approach, allowing more time for us to connect with the characters. As the story continues, throughout all of the situations that trigger his feelings about Nizuna, when he can finally love her and is ready to become a vampire, she has already loved him first. Nizuna will die if she sucks Ku's blood. This means Yamori can no longer become a vampire and Nizuna still needs another blood source to suck if she wants to live. They are going to separate. And this is why I love it so much. In the beginning, Yamori just wants to become a vampire, believing that it will make his life more interesting. Nizuna just wants to suck his blood because it's delicious. In the end, when both of them have lost their original motivations and no longer have any reason to meet each other, love becomes the only reason left, making this relationship more radiant and beautiful than ever. Whether or not they can reunite, Kotoyama has created an emotional story, a love with rich meaning that is worth watching. So if you think you'll like it, I'll leave a link below for you to discover the rest of it. The development of the other characters is also awesome and emotional, and you should see it for yourself to find out if they can reunite or not.